Today is the first Fascia Friday that I have here for you guys that I wanted to bring to everybody. It's a unique combination. I'm looking at the gene keys and the gate frequency or the key that's been predominant this week, and that has been gate 8. So thank you so much for joining. I am going to be doing some fascia maneuvers for you today. So talking about gate 8, it is predominantly what we've been in the energy this week. And each gate, key, or frequency, however you want to use that terminology, has a shadow, a gift, and a city. And so working with this week and then pairing that up with the fascia maneuvers just made so much sense to me. So when we look at the shadow, it's the shadow of mediocrity. If you're just joining me, thank you so much. Yeah, if you have questions or comments, please drop them in. Mediocrity is the habit of hiding your true self. And the women and the rooms that I'm in, this is a very big theme that's happening. That we shrink ourselves, right? We hide our voice. We do a whole bunch of things to, um, over explaining, people pleasing, things like that. So we get stuck into this mediocrity, and really, which is the birthplace of what I'm doing here in the UnShrinking. Okay, so it's if you're being seen as different, which leads a life of compromise and imitation. And we're not meant to imitate other people. We're meant to here show up and be our true selves. And so, working with this key this week has been just so incredibly unfolding every day with the people I've met, with what's coming together in my business. So that's really the shadow side of it, is that mediocrity. And the gift, right? So it's shadow, gift, and the city, which is the highest expression of this. So the style is creative expression of your unique spark through every action you take. It isn't about fashion, like style and fashion, but about the rebellious courage to live as your own truth with effortless grace, which is not as easy as it sounds. Now, is it? It's not as easy as it sounds. So again, we're pairing up fascia maneuvers with the predominant frequency gate or key of the week, which is gate 8. And so the city, the highest expression of that is exquisiteness. Okay, so exquisiteness is the divine realization that everything is a perfectly unique facet of a single diamond. And at this level, the individual disappears, leaving only a shimmering, timeless beauty that permeates all of existence. Wow. That's a pretty powerful city, which is the highest expression of the key gate frequency of 8. And so, what I want to be doing here every Friday on Fascia Fridays is pairing that up with fascia maneuvers. And so, whether they're standing or sitting down fascia maneuvers, will depend on what's happening through the week and what I want to present to you guys. So, this week is going to be 3 fascia maneuvers that are going to help and pair up with this gate 8. Okay, so we're going to work on our chest, our rib cage, and our throat. Okay, so the first one being the rib cage. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'd love to answer any of your questions, and thank you for joining me if you're just new here. Today is the first Fascia Friday. So we're going to work with, and I'm just sitting down. Like, this is so easy. It's beginner level. You can sit down or stand if you'd like. We're going to be doing the rib cage. So for women, it's along your bra line. You're going to take your hand. You can take your right hand and squeeze along your bra line, and then you're going to be squeezing and then pulling down just a little bit. Okay, and pulling down, and then placing your hand, your left hand across your neck. Okay, and as you're pulling down, you're going to lean to the left and turn your head to the right, and you're going to breathe in through your nose 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 through your mouth, and out through your mouth. 2, and then an affirmation for the kidney is, thank you for powering my emotions in the world. right? So we want to build that in as an affirmation. We are really working with our body and commanding that into our body. So the affirmation was, thank you for powering my emotion in the world. So that was the right side. And then we're going to go ahead and do the left side. Okay. So for this one, we're going to take our left hand, and it's all along the bra line for ladies. And you're taking and kind of squeezing your rib cage and pulling down. Okay. Then you're placing your right hand on the back of your neck. Okay. And then you're going to lean to the right and turn your head to the left and breathe in through your nose 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and out through your mouth 3 times. 2, and 3. And then our programming affirmation is, thank you for powering my emotions in the world. Okay. And so coming back, you might feel a little bit lightheaded, which is perfectly normal to experience. You might feel a little bit of an activation in that area in your kidneys. You might feel a little bit like out of sorts, almost like dazed. That can happen when you're first doing fascia maneuvers because we're activating a lot of energy into that area specifically. So we just like to afterwards let that settle in and integrate. If we were doing standing up maneuvers, we would do like a figure 8 to activate those maneuvers in integrating all at the same time. Right. So that's just kind of one of the things that we do with fascia maneuvers. So that was the first one. That was the rib cage. So the second one is your chest, right? So when we hold and we constrict and we shrink ourselves, we roll our shoulders forward and we're in protection mode, protection of our chest, protection of our heart. And so what we're going to do with this one is we're going to take our fingers and kind of like along your collarbone and just a little bit lower into this area, like your chest bone area. You're going to take your fingers and press in and then apart. Okay. And here, when we press in and apart, I don't have enough room. I have to have to change where I'm doing this. Pressing apart, pressing in and apart. We're going to take 6 breaths in through our mouth and out through our mouth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Good. Thank you, heart, for staying open and receiving unconditional love. Okay. So we're pairing that up with a programming statement. Okay. Maybe your shoulders are feeling a little bit lighter. Maybe you're feeling brighter. These are all things that you can experience. And while you're going through this, please drop a comment on what you are experiencing. If you are watching the replay of this, I'm going to be uploading it. Please drop in the comments what you're experiencing, what you liked, what you didn't like, and what questions you may have. So pairing this up, Fascia Fridays again is the gate 8. And we are pairing that up with fascia maneuvers to help release anything that would be stuck in a gate 8. And we've already done the rib cage and the chest. And so the last one we're going to do is our throat. Okay. So this one, we're going to take our right hand and place it along here. And you can see I'm just placing it here. And then I'm going to lift up. Okay. It's going to be lifting up into the collarbone as well. Then you can take your left hand and you're going to kind of like scoop it like this. So it's like this. Okay. So you can kind of see. And then we're going to be doing 3 through our nose and 3 through our mouth for our breaths. So beginning with our nose. 2, 3, and in through your mouth. 2, 3, And our affirmation here is, I feel safe to speak my truth. Okay, and then bringing your arms down, just kind of noticing how you feel. Again, if you're standing doing this, you can walk around the room or do a circle 8 or a figure 8 to do that integration piece. And just kind of let that settle in. Notice what you're noticing, kind of go within, seeing what's feeling warm and fuzzy or just feels a little different. The more we do this, we're activating more and deeper layers of the fascia. Keep in mind, this is just an intro to fascia maneuvers, and there is so many more things that we can be doing, and I'm going to be highlighting that week by week. And so I said I was going to be on for 10 minutes just as a starter. I'm going to be doing this every week, Fascia Fridays. Next week will be, I'm hoping at the same time, it's going to be the gate 20, key 20, frequency 20. You can use those words interchangeable. And that one is going to be all about, and I wrote it down. Oh, of course I can't find it. That is so funny. I'll make sure it's in the notes, and that's going to be the gate for next week. Is going to be the predominant gate for next week. Yeah. So I am so happy that you're here. Those that have join me next week for Fascia Fridays, where we're going to be pairing up in the gene keys the predominant frequency, gate, or key, and pairing it up with fascia maneuvers. Thank you so much.